When this paint gets heated up, it actually disappears.
Wow.
The Wembley Cup is coming up and it is #United vs Tickerstown, so it was only fair that we created some custom shoes for each team. You're going to get to see the whole process of them being made, you're going to get to see them out here on the pitch, and you're going to get to see some kids' reactions to them, so let's get into it. So here we are guys, back in the custom corner, and it is time to get started on these custom boots for Tickerstown and #United. Our start point, as you can see, is an Adidas copper indoor boot, and we're going to start on our Tickerstown custom, so let's get into it. First step, of course, laces out. Now we want to spray this tongue black, so we start by applying some acetone on the tongue, nice and easy, just to remove the factory finish and make a better surface for the paint to take to. We also want to look after the copper branding on the tongue, so we want to keep that nice and white, so we cut out a piece of tape and just stick it straight on. With the tongue done black, it is now time to move on to the 3 stripes on the lateral side of the boot. Now we want these to be black as well and really pop. So of course what we have to do is tape them up using some masking tape and protect the other bits of the boot using some paper towels. We of course are using our air gun to apply the paint to the boot, and we're using Angelus black to really make it pop from the white. With the tongue and the 3 stripes all done, this is how it's looking, and I think it's looking sick. Now time to move on to the #boot. Once again, first things first, laces out. So for the #boot, it's a little bit different. We want to create a base tone of yellow. So to do that, we simply tape up the sole plate to protect that and get the spraying. This is how our #boot is looking. I think it's looking pretty good. Those areas that you can see are white, they're going to be filled in with blue. So that's enough of that for now, and we're moving back onto the Tickerstown boot. We're now moving on to the slightly more detailed bits and pieces on the Tickerstown boot. We want to put Rascal on the instep. To do this, we use a template that we printed out from the internet, and I cut it out with a craft knife. I then tape this onto the boot and trace out with pencil so we get an outline on the boot. I then use tape to tape around this outline, and it creates a template to spray into. So we think it'd be real sick if the Rascal branding would disappear when heat is applied. So to do this, we're using thermal color dust that goes black to colorless from solarcolordust.com. Now we already had some of this left over from our last custom, so we simply pour that into the airbrush and get the spraying. So with the tape removed, that is looking pretty Rascal. Now it's time to move back on to the #boot. So now that we have our base color of yellow on the #boot, it is time to put in our blue. To do this, we need to tape up the areas that we have left white. Once again, using masking tape and paper towels to cover the other areas of the boot that we don't want to turn blue, we get to spraying. With the heel done, it's time to tape up and spray the 3 stripes. Now that is looking good, we obviously want to add a bit of detail to the #boot. For us, this is going to be putting a hashtag on the instep of the boot. So this time, creating a template on the inside of the boot out of tape, we get to spraying. That hashtag has come out pretty sick. So that is the #boot pretty much done. So it's back onto the Tickerstown boot. And with the detail of the Rascal and the hashtag coming out so good, we want to add F2 to the toe box of this boot. To do this, we go through the same process as we did when applying the Rascal. We get a template, we cut it out, we trace it on, and we tape it up. Once again, we're going to use color changing paint, black to colorless, to create a really cool effect. With it all sprayed up, tape comes off, and it is all done. That is looking sick. Both these boots are looking real cool, but now it's time to head over to the pitch and test them out. So obviously #United, their colour is yellow and blue, so this is what we're looking at here. Nice yellow-blue colourway, looking real nice. Got the hashtag on the instep, exactly what they need on their shoe. So the F2 are classy players, of course you got to go with a classy colourway. We got black, we got white, we got a little bit of Rascal on the instep, a little bit of F2 on the toe. Obviously they're sponsored by Adidas, so we got an Adidas shoe for them, and I reckon this colourway looks sick. Alright, so now you've seen them being made, you've seen them out here on the pitch, so we're going to take them over to some kids and get their reactions of what they think of these two shoes. Rightio, so I know what one is my favourite colourway, but we want to know your answer as well. Vote in the poll card now, and now we're going to go ask the kids what they think. Here we go, guys. Whoa. So these are them.
Wait.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's cool.
Wait,
I like that one more than that.
Oh, are these the boots that they
Yeah,
got
Rasmus.
I made these.
Did you?
Yeah.
So they started off completely white.
Oh, cool.
Even the late on another place. So did you spray paint these or what?
Yeah, we've got a thing called an airbrush.
Yeah.
So we use an airbrush. Yeah, and it does paint for us. So what one's your favourite? What one do you guys like?
I like the F2 one.
Everybody likes Tickerstown. Sorry, hashtag. Alright, this can do some cool things as well. We'll see if we can make it work. But when this paint gets heated up, it actually disappears.
Wow.
I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. Well, it's working a little bit. It's fading. This is cool.
Does it work with the blue one?
No, it doesn't work with the blue one. The blue one's just normal paint. But hopefully, if my hand's warm enough, there we go. See, it starts to disappear.
And if it gets hot enough, it will just all go.
That's like a bit, they don't really match.
Who do you think's going to actually win the game though? F2? Tickerstown? Hashtag play as a team though all the time, whereas Tickerstown are kind of brought together.
I remember last year the F2 couldn't play.
Yeah, because they're injured.
Yeah.